Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you may be. Welcome to this unique collaboration between Chakra News and Gunner Short. I have with me the one and only Lieutenant General P.R. Shankar. General Shankar, welcome.
Thanks a lot. Morning, Sandeep. Always a pleasure to be talking to you. We're going to have
And
some good
absolutely,
discussion.
we are we looking at a new military dictator in Pakistan, General Shankar? Is Field Marshal Asim Munir the new General Pervez Musharraf, or is he the new Ziaul Haq, or is he a combination of both? And why do we need to worry? We're going to be talking about this.
Yeah, I think we need to talk of the new constitutional dictator of Pakistan.
The
You
new
see,
constitutional dictator. That's an interesting
dictator.
twist. It's
Yeah,
different from previous dictators.
yeah. See, the previous dictators, everyone, they suspended the constitution. This man is a dictator through the constitution. So you have to. He's quite different.
Right,
You asked this question whether he's like Zia or Parvez Musharraf. He's got shades
yeah,
of both, and
right.
he's got the worst shades of both. Right?
Okay,
He's got the jihadi mentality of Ziaul Haq
yeah,
and the ruthless, cunning, scheming behavior, mentality of Parvez Musharraf.
right.
And I think that's why we need to be very aware of him. And I think of all the dictators one has seen, right from Ayub to Yahya Khan to Ziaul Haq to Pervez Musharraf, and now
Right.
he is the most dangerous,
Okay.
right? So we have to understand this man. Yeah, despots and khaki. That's nice. This is the one you
That's
did
a
in India today. Am I right?
absolutely, yeah, for India
Yeah.
Today Global. You can see all
I,
this is the rogues gallery of dictators in Pakistan. You have,
yeah.
in the left, extreme right of your screen is Field Marshal Ayub, who's the longest served dictator of Pakistan, as General Shankar mentioned, 57 to 69. Then you have after him you have the second dictator, General Ziaul Haq, that is 77 to 88. The only dictator to die in office. We still haven't understood what happened with that blast. Uh, in the center, of course, is the current dictator, Field Marshal Asim Munir, and to Munir's right and my left is General Pervez Musharraf, the second longest served dictator in Pakistan. That is about 99 to 2008. And of course, to the far left is the the shortest tenure of any dictator in Pakistan, 2 years and some months. That's General Yahya Khan. And General Yahya Khan has the distinction of of reducing Pakistan by 50%. The Pakistan that he took over in a coup in '69 was double the size when he left it. So actually, Yaya's I think is an idea of every dictator in Pakistan. General Shankar, I'll take just 1 minute
Yeah,
before I come.
please.
Every dictator, each of these five people that you're looking at, this rogues gallery, everyone thinks he is God's answer to Pakistan's problems. They take power, they do whatever they have to do, whether it's a constitutional coup, as General Shankar mentioned, what a beautiful coinage, or overthrowing the government through the Triple One Brigade. They all think that Pakistan's answer, they're God's answer to Pakistan's problems, and they leave Pakistan in a worse shape than when they took it over. And it's incredible. It is, decade after decade after decade, this is the story that has been repeating from 1957. The Pakistan of 1957 was a fairly prosperous Pakistan. In the 60s, they had a per capita GDP higher than ours. Ayub finished that off. Yahya reduced Pakistan to 50% of its size. Zia Islamized Pakistan. Musharraf, put in so many terror groups in Pakistan that you're looking at the world's largest number of UN proscribed terrorist groups in Pakistan. And Asim Munir, past, present, and future, you'll have to listen to us. I'll be talking to General Shankar about this. General Shankar, over to you now.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot about it. One point which you did make in that article, I must tell everyone who's viewing, Sandeep Unnithan has written a fantastic article in India Today. Have a look at it. Have a look
Right.
at what he's written in that, right? And you then start understanding these chaps well. all four of them before Asim Munir have left not only Pakistan in a bad shape from what they started with, they also ended up in disgrace.
Yes, themselves
Right?
personally.
Yeah. Personally, no one in Pakistan respects these four individuals.
Right, right.
Okay. So will this the first question is, will this fate escape Asim Munir?
Yes.
Right? I
Can
know
Asim
before
Munir
I
escape this fate? Exactly.
yeah. So I like your view before I talk.
No,
Because
absolutely, Jan Shankar, and I've written that piece, and I'm going to embed it here after we finished speaking. Now, you have to understand the difference between the military in Pakistan and in India. The military in Pakistan is feared; it's not respected. It's feared, and these dictators are all loathed. There is a universal disgust when they are mentioned in Pakistan, even among civil society, whoever you're talking to. They are not looked upon kindly, as Jan Shankar said. They have all. There is no happily retired military dictator in Pakistan. They are all, shunned. They have social pariahs. Whether you look at the first guy, Field Marshal Ayub, not such a bad guy when you look at Zia and Musharraf, what they've done, for instance. There was something honorable about him, even in all his despicable deeds. Yahya, of course, was a debauch, right? But all of these guys, they all died alone in this thing. I mean, the difference is you have to look at the Indian army is General Shankar, who's sitting here. He's loved, he's respected. After this podcast, he's going to get up and go to the IIT Madras to continue his work. That is the difference between Indian generals and Pakistani generals, right? Indian generals live lives that are honorable, that they are respected, they are welcome wherever they go. They have a high social standing. In Pakistan, it's quite the opposite, precisely because of the despicable deeds that Munir and company have done. And the problem is, I totally let Pakistan be to its own devices. We have nothing to do with them. The problem is, and that is the reason why we're discussing these loathsome characters today, is that they affect us because of the terror that they've inflicted across the borders, because they believe that their whole existence centers around the hatred of India, and therefore they justify their existence by saying that India is opposed to Pakistan's continuation and is an existential threat to Pakistan, and therefore we must always fight India, and therefore we must, this death by thousand cuts and all of these stupid strategies that they have come up with, stupid, short-sighted strategies, which exactly what we're going to be discussing today, Jan Shankar. So Asim Munir, why is he a problem for India? What are his next moves going to be? That's most important. You've already set the discussion by you framed it by the kind of amendments that he's done. 6 months we've seen him hyperactive. Riyadh, Washington D.C., Beijing. He's controlled, put the whole internal dynamics in place. He has literally castrated the judiciary. He has corralled the opposition. He has corralled the ruling party. What is Munir going to do in the next 6 months to 1 year?
yeah, that's a very good question to ask. What's he going to do in the next 6 months to 1 year? I think you put the whole thing in a very small, concise manner. But let me elaborate on a few issues. Unlike the others, all dictators took over the country and suspended the constitution. They
Right.
threw the constitution away and ruled. This
Yeah.
man is ruling through the constitution. That's the first difference. He is
Right.
getting immunity, his laws, his power and rank and everything through the constitution. So this man is not going to be easy to dislodge. That's the first thing. In fact, the last amendment has put him as, virtually ruler for life.
Right.
Right? So he's got that. That's the first thing. He's doing it legally. So, right. This thing I would like to put across, let's retrace this man, what happened from the time he took over. When he
That's
took,
November 2022. Three
yeah,
years ago.
when he took over,
Yeah.
a lot of things were not certain. His own appointment was uncertain, this, that, and all that. And the economy of Pakistan was in a very bad shape. So the first thing he takes over, he, stabilizes things within the army. He tries to. He tries to stabilize things in the politics, which is beyond him at that point of time. So he goes to Saudi Arabia, he goes to Turkey, he does everything. He goes to China, comes, tells everyone, I'm going to revive the economy. He starts this SIFC, Special Investment Finance Corporation, that board he puts in, and says, I'm going to get 20, 30 billion from others, all that.
Right.
And he sells a dream to
Yeah.
people. So then he interacts with the businesses in Pakistan, and so people say, "Oh man, this man is doing something different." Okay, he's trying to rebuild, but that's all show. Come May 23, what does he do? He instigates
Hmm.
whatever happened on May 9. Okay,
Right.
he by then he corners Imran Khan, puts him in jail, and that's
Right.
how that May 9 thing happened. The moment
Right.
that May 9 thing happened, at that point of time, we know that Pakistan army has lot of rifts and lot of dissension within the army, with the army and the veterans and everything. So what does he do? He gets hold of all the dissenters within the
Right.
army, including the four corps commander, and puts them in jail. He
Okay.
also puts the previous ISI chief in jail, or
Right.
in the same time frame. Then not only that, he puts the entire lot of PTI people in jail.
Hmm.
Now the complete opposition is out. Anyone who's dissenting in the army is out. And he virtually clamps down on everything. And we know even then this, government of Shahbaz Sharif at that point was a left-back government. It had no legal standing.
Right.
So then he gets elections done, right, last year. Okay, the
2024.
election,
Right.
yeah, February 24. And he rigs the elections completely. And the popular vote be damned, he rigs it completely, irrespective of who's won or not is not the point. He appoints this
Right.
whole cabinet.
Right.
And the survival of this entire, Pakistan government is dependent on his support. And
Right.
he sells this dream also internally to, his own army. And the army
Right.
is fine because they're going to get power,
Yeah.
right? So complete power. He chugs along. Then he does the next thing he does slowly is the 26th Amendment, which he did earlier in the year. What did he
Right.
do in the 26th Amendment? He want the next thing, after having got the politicians, having got the army, the judiciary, which is the third angle of the triangle in Pakistan, power triangle. So he gets hold of judiciary and emasculates it.
Yeah.
He gets in something called the constitutional bench. And
Right.
then he says the executive has the power to appoint some of the Supreme Court judges to this constitutional bench. And that constitutional bench is the only bench, but within the Supreme Court, which has to hear all constitutional related matters.
Right.
The rest of the Supreme Court is out of the equation. But that is not enough. That doesn't give him, absolute powers. Then, now, how do you get that absolute power? To get that absolute power and to do further amendment to the constitution and everything, you have to do something where the whole nation is with you. So, what does he do? Remember the talk he gave to the non-resident Pakistanis?
The
Two,
first one, the two
the,
nation theory speech.
yeah, the two nation theory, and Hindus and Islam is different,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that kind of a thing. And we are a different nation. Pakistan ka kya kehna hai type,
Yeah.
yeah, you must go and tell your grandchildren all about Pakistan, that kind of a thing. And then he stages this Pahalgam attack. It's all staged.
Right.
He provokes a reaction from India.
Right.
He provokes a reaction from India, does whatever he has to do, and he also now gets China and US on board through imaginative, description of outcomes of whatever happened in Op Sindoor,
Right.
right? And he sees that America and China have stakes in Pakistan. He exploits those stakes and interests,
Right.
gets them both on his side, splits the, you know thing between India and USA, and gets the entire country behind him and opts Sindur. Look,
And then
he,
Saudi Arabia also later.
yeah, no, that's later. That's a little
Yeah,
later.
right.
Okay. Now he consolidates. Then we know that he plays himself into Trump's lap with the
Yeah,
lunch, and then 3 trips he's made to USA. Right? He's also gone to China. He's gone to Turkey. He's gone to US, KSA, and he sold everyone a dream.
right.
Look, he's a deceiver. He's known as a deceiver.
Yeah.
His nickname within Pakistan is that he's a deceiver.
He's the
So
called
he's
the yeah.
okay. So he does that, and then he ensures that India is put in the spotlight, and India seems isolated. And India seems not the place to go to. Then he makes use of this war between Israel and Iran, and then he makes use of that is Israel bombing Qatar to tell the KSAs, look, you need a pact with us. So he does a pact with them. Then he tells USA that look, this pact between KSA and Pakistan is good for USA.
Right.
You run it, no problem. Then he goes tells the Chinese, no, this is very good because then I will give you access into KSA and the Middle East. So you get conduited through me. So he does all this. Okay. Then, having got everyone now talks of Pakistan as the next destination, and he is the supreme ruler. People of Pakistan are with him. So
Yeah.
then he does the next thing is this 27th Amendment. The
Right.
27th Amendment now puts him as not only the supreme ruler, it's for life. Now
Yeah.
there's no more. The Supreme Court is irrelevant today in Pakistan.
Right.
It's a constitutional court, and
Right.
that constitutional court, people can be, the judges to that constitutional court. This is interesting. Listen to this. The judges to the constitutional court can be appointed only by the government.
By the executive, yes.
Yeah. Now, more interesting. If someone says, "I will not be judge of the constitutional court," he can
Out.
be retired.
Yeah.
No, he can be retired.
Yeah.
So that, and at any point of time, if any judge in Pakistan, including that in the constitutional court, you know, if he doesn't behave, he can be transferred out by the executive, and he can be transferred to a lower court. See, this is very powerful. The man has amended the constitution. After having amended the constitution, he creates a constitutional court so that any case on the constitution can be heard only in the constitutional court. And then he has the power to appoint and sack and transfer the judges. That is given to the executive. The executive is completely beholden to him. If he doesn't support the executive falls.
Right.
So he's everything. He's the judge, jury, and the executioner of Pakistan. So
I
he's got
was, yeah. I was actually reminded, sorry to interrupt you, General Shankar. I was reminded of that movie called The Dictator, the 2011-2012 movie. It's a comedy, it's a dark comedy where this guy is called, Field Marshal General Admiral Aladi.
yeah.
This is literally, you have this satire playing out in real time where this guy is just, like you just so pithily put it, just consolidated all power and used all the constitutional means to do that. It's almost like a democratically elected, constitutionally managed dictator in Pakistan.
Yeah. He's done all this, he's consolidated power. Simultaneously, with all this, he's handled BLA with iron hand.
Right.
He's handled TTP with iron hand. Right? The hard state concept.
Hard state, as he calls it, yeah.
Yeah, hard state. But the problem with that hard state concept is the problem in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and BLA demand a soft state approach
Right.
or a flexible state approach. It needs a political approach, whereas he's gone with a militaristic approach. But then he's failed there, right? So these failures, he's put them on the Afghan government. He's
Right.
transferred this failure to the Taliban and the Afghan Taliban. Now there he's got into trouble at this point of time, right? He's got into trouble at this point of time. The only way he can get out of the trouble is to, and people are now, now look at it. The economy is still down. We know
Yeah.
that there's a problem of water. The agriculture is a problem. What is he doing now? He has to now. There are indications that the people in Pakistan say, okay, fine, all this has happened. What next for us? He's got no solutions.
Right.
Economy is gone. Everything is gone. I mean, it's all dumps. So what does he have to do? What can he do?
Hmm.
The same playbook against India.
Right.
So he's now last 10, 15 days back, or maybe last month, he gave the talk in the Naval Academy that, you do something and I will nuke you to, smithereens, and I'll reach every part of India. That kind of a thing he talked. He also spoke of, what he can, he'll take the whole world down. He spoke
Right.
this in USA 3 months back, right?
Right.
And very strangely, USA accepted it. That's the funny
Yeah.
part.
Very quietly
Yeah.
acquiesced. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's done this. Now things are going bad in Pakistan. There's no doubt about it. There's a problem in Punjab through TLP. There's a problem in KP. There's a problem in Balochistan. There's a problem in POK and Gilgit Baltistan. Also, the economy is down. No
Yeah.
water. All this.
170% debt to GDP ratio. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
record.
Yeah. Now, what does he do? He has to externalize back to India. The existential
Yes.
foe, the only glue which binds Pakistan, is being anti India.
Right.
And that is exactly what he's doing. And
Right.
in the process, if you can, he can continue this hyphenation of India Pakistan, which is brought back.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear about it. And if he can show India as a bad destination, right, then we are back. And if we can again provoke India into a foolish action of Opsindur 2, like, yeah, not how Opsindur 1 was bad, but now if
Yeah.
you do anything, you're playing into his hands.
Playing
Again,
into
he'll go up. This is the third stage of his elevation as a, supremo in Pakistan. And that is why I see this Delhi blast. And
yeah.
that is the way I look at this Naugam blast which happened yesterday. We don't know the full details,
Right.
but
Right.
you can link all this together, right? Plus his posturing elsewhere, his posturing with, see, he's failed in Afghanistan. Afghan
Yeah.
Taliban have said, go take a walk.
Right.
Now, his own defense minister, Khwaja Asif,
Yeah.
he has said Pakistan is at war, and this is a war they can't win. How can Pakistan win this war? Pakistan will
Right.
not win this war. They'll lose. But
Right.
Pakistan army has to win this war. And Pakistan army will win this war only by losing.
Right. Which is what they've always done in the past. They've always
Yeah.
lost. And
So, so this is what he is up to. And he is out to create trouble for India. We have to be very clear about that.
no, absolutely. So let's look at the his probable course of action. Some probable steps that he could take. I mean, and look at their likelihood. First one, of course, as you said, this proxy terrorism. It's already seems to be in play in Kashmir and in Delhi with this terror cells linked to the Jaish-e-Mohammed. The second, of course, is your cyber and diplomatic offenses, all the rhetoric, the Hindutva, partition, two nation. That's also underway, right? In a sense, all his speeches have been about that, this two nation theory. What about something like limited conventional probes? So, what is the likelihood of that? There could be incursions along the LOC to, maybe test our defenses.
He could. Don't rule it out. Don't rule it out that it could be. And look, again, something we heard a little of it in the Sir Creek issue.
Right.
Okay, something. JNK. JNK, something he can start. He will start. Bangladesh. He'll exploit Bangladesh. You see the overtures to Bangladesh and
Right.
Yunus.
Right. Right.
Right? So something from Bangladesh will happen. Then he will be rest assured he will go and instigate the Chinese. See, the Chinese thing is interesting, which people don't seem to be understanding.
Right.
As of today, China is itself in a problem, right? Now China is in a problem with Japan. There's a kitbit going on there.
Yeah, yeah,
China, and there's a problem with Taiwan also, which is re-emerging. The Indo-Pacific is re-emerging.
right,
Okay, if the Indo-Pacific re-emerges as a major theater,
yeah,
America will switch.
right.
America will switch there. If America switches its attention there,
Hmm.
okay, right, American attention from this place will go away, which is detrimental to Asim Munir,
Right,
and it is not, and it is detrimental to how putting India-US relationship down. The moment the Indo-Pacific comes back into focus, well, you have India back up, and that's happening already. Okay,
right.
so he has to go back to China and do something to ensure that China is pulled in here, and something happens here, so that the Chinese focus actions this side will keep US rooted
Remain,
here.
right. Remain on the western borders, on China's western borders rather than their
Yeah.
eastern flank.
So I won't be surprised if something happens, in China and this side, something happens, and that whole story comes back to us, and
Right.
that'll also break any friendship between India and China, which is developing. I wouldn't say friendship, normalization of our relations with
Normalization.
China. Yeah.
Right.
So he will put a spoke there,
Yeah,
right? So he is quite a scheming guy. His
yeah,
survival depends on, you know, uh, focusing Pakistan's attention on India.
right.
Okay. Now, how much can this terror go? Another third or fourth uh, terror incident, right? Like in Delhi or in Naugam or maybe one or two more. Everyone will say Pakistan is back in action
Right,
as a terror hub. Then you will start going towards FATF. You will start going to this, that, ye, wo, all that. The focus on Pakistan has to go. The
right,
focus on Pakistan has to go off. The focus on India has to come.
right.
So, so the focus on India will come only when China starts its action in
Hmm.
some form. We don't know. I don't know. I'm probably second guessing whatever this thing, but it might be a wild moonshot. But this is the
Right,
way he would be thinking.
right. So the rhetoric and the diplomatic thing is underway. The terrorism is being activated. You're saying that there is a likelihood of those conventional probes that they've launched. What are the chances of, say, nuclear saber rattling or a full
That
scale mobilization?
Yeah, that will be there, provided you give him an opportunity.
Right,
See, he every time our chief or air chief or our defense minister talks of POK or talks of Pakistan, we will change the geography, we'll change the
right.
anatomy of Pakistan and all. You're giving him wind to talk what he wants.
Okay, okay,
Okay, and the moment you see any offensive action by India
right,
puts the complete uh, people of Pakistan behind this man. And when he starts the nuclear saber rattling, you're solidifying his rule.
right.
He might do nothing, but you are consolidating his position. People will say he's the only one who can,
Who
you
can
know,
save us? That savior
save us.
complex, that savior complex comes to the
Yeah,
fore, right? Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, this is how he is going to behave. He wants to lose. I mean, here's a country which wants to lose militarily to gain politically.
Incredible. So,
This is,
yeah.
I'm reminded of this, movie called Dirty Harry, if you remember.
Yes, yes, Clint
Yeah,
Eastwood's.
in Dirty Harry, the villain gets beaten up he pays one chap to get beaten up,
Yeah, yeah,
and then goes to the public and said, Dirty Harry did it. And he
yeah,
gets public sympathy and
yes,
he gets legal, cover from the police.
right.
Okay. Same thing here. This chap is something like the villain in the Dirty Harry.
So, but I must tell you, General Shankar, that Dirty Harry ends with that villain being blown off by Clint Eastwood, and he
Yeah, that's also a truth.
go ahead and make my day, punk.
Go ahead.
So, And in this case, you're saying that is not the action that we should take, as in we should not respond. And this is a continuation of what you said, very far-sighted statement. I still remember last discussion that we had. We were talking about why we must not play into his hands and give him what he wants, which is basically a military response. And we should look at other means, political means, economic pressure, all of those things. I think, are you still of the opinion we should continue that?
Yep.
Maybe look at cognitive dimension
Yes.
rather than military.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head. Don't give him a military handle, right? You need to exploit the cognitive space, and he's got given you enough space.
Right,
Okay, he's got given enough space. And let me put it this way. Let's talk of his position. While he's built himself constitutionally to be above law and for life and all that, yet the base is weak. I'll tell you why the base is weak. Tomorrow, if by international, edict or circumstances, Imran Khan is sprung from jail
right,
and something happens in Pakistan, whatever, and Imran Khan comes into power and he says, look, this entire government was illegal. So anything passed by this government, any constitutional amendment passed by this government is illegal. It's a decree,
right,
right? And there's enough proof to say that this is a Form 47 government. That's what Pakistanis themselves say, right? So if it is illegal, then this man is himself illegal.
right,
That's his weakness. Why are we not doing this cognitive warfare against him on that? Right? Then there are enough cases in Pakistan where people have challenged the 26th Amendment.
hmm,
Now there are people who are saying if the 26th Amendment itself is under challenge, the
right,
27th Amendment is also illegal. It can't be put through because the 27th Amendment in Pakistan is based on the 26th Amendment.
right,
And if one judge can be motivated and bought off or in Supreme Court
right,
and put a criminal case, not a constitutional case, and in some form legally in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, and the Supreme Court judge says, look, the 26th Amendment is criminally incorrect, or it has got criminal angles to it, and we'll
hmm,
deal with it criminally. It's a criminal case. If the 26th Amendment becomes a criminal case, and then the 26th, 7th Amendment also comes in, the thing, this man becomes shaky.
right.
So I think he's given us an opening to do lawfare,
Lawfare. Right.
right?
Yeah,
We need to do lawfare first. Second, of course, we are doing on the right track with Afghanistan,
yeah,
right? We have to do whatever we have to do with Afghanistan. We have to do whatever we have to do with Balochistan. We have to do whatever we have to do with the TTP. We have to start the outreach to POK. I'm very clear about it. And
right.
this is something which I've been speaking from a long time. Everyone says, I say this. In our country, I find this as a strange paradox that the politicians want military action, but military people like me want political action.
You mentioned that. Yes, I remember that last time as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, it's a conundrum. And but in this case, you're saying there is ample evidence to support this conclusion.
Yes.
We need political action. We need lawfare, as you mentioned, cognitive. I mean, literally all of government approach, rather than just go for the military thing, which is a one-shot kind of thing, which will the effects will wear off, rapidly. That's what you're saying,
Yeah. Yeah. You need to do that. It's
right?
only when you put this man on the back foot that you'll see him going on a toss. You have to paint this man for what he's doing economically to Pakistan. You have to get after the FATF. There are
Right,
no there are no military solutions to Asim Munir.
right, right.
There's another point of history which I want to, which you have actually brought out, which all of us have to start thinking.
Sure.
Every dictator in Pakistan, right, went into disgrace. Why? He went into disgrace because of his actions,
Yeah.
and the disgrace was by the people of Pakistan.
Right, right,
You have to use the people of Pakistan to leverage this fellow out.
right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, Field Marshal Ayub, he fought that war with India in 1965. He had no reason to do that. I mean, we were pretty okay. Our relations were fine. See, he launched Operation Gibraltar and Grand Slam and all of that. And Pakistan became an economic basket case after that. There was widespread, hatred. There were riots. There was, economic unrest. People had come out onto the streets and they forced him out in '69. And Yahya, of course, he lost half the country. The military turned on Yahya and they exiled him. Zia, of course, died in harness. He possibly would have continued for a few more years had it not been for that explosion. Mysterious until date. But Musharraf is a classic case, Shankar, where the entire civil society, and this is they say that the free press that Musharraf had created actually turned on him. The free press, the political parties, Benazir, Nawaz, all of them, the courts, the most important, the Supreme Court turned on. And I think that is Munir has actually learned from Musharraf's example and not the previous guys. He has looked at the Musharraf playbook. What is it that did Musharraf in, and how do I neutralize all that? So it's like the case of fighting the last war even better and making sure that those circumstances don't come to haunt me. That's what he seems to have done here.
No, there's no doubt. Today, the complete media in Pakistan is run by the ISPR.
Yes.
I heard this in one of the Pakistan media channels only. Even the ticker tape, what comes on the ticker tape on each channel is identical, word to word, as per ISPR dictates. The courts were the nemesis of Pervez Musharraf.
Right.
Okay, and he has gone after them and finished the courts off. That's why that's 26th and 27th Amendment and the way the judicial transfers are to take place, everything has finished off the judiciary in Pakistan completely.
He's ensured that there's no Iftikhar Chaudhary
there's no Iftikhar Chaudhary will come.
There's no question of another Iftikhar Chaudhary. He just neutralized all the opposition.
Yeah. Plus, he's now taken the nuclear button out of the civil hands. Right now, by creating, the chief of defense staff and this national, CDF, chief of defense forces. He is now subordinated the Air Force and the Navy to the army. Right. And, so that, look, this again, we need to understand. The Pakistan Air Force was the one which, has got all the glory in Op Sindoor.
Yes.
Managed glory. Now, Pakistan Air Force was becoming a little more
big for its boots.
Okay. So, they've also gone back, into the prison. So, here, and the thing is that only the chief of army staff can be the chief of defense forces. That also is brought in.
So he has cut
and field marshal is for life, immunity, everything is built. And that not everything is not challengeable. And in doing all this, he's also put that one appointment. I'm forgetting that name of that appointment as, advisor for strategic stuff. And hence, the command of everything nuclear has been taken away from the government and put in his hands.
Right.
So he's controlling all levers of power. And when you control all levers of power, you can do what you want. Right?
Yes.
So nuclear saber rattling, ye sab karega ye. But his problem will come in this economy, water. He'll have problem in, the other issues of whatever is to happen in Punjab. Punjab, he's now decimated the TLP. There's no doubt about it.
Tehreek-e-Labbaik
Pakistan. But the fact is that there's a sentiment out there. And a lot will depend on whether he sends people to Gaza or not. Whether if he hoodwinks Trump by not sending people to Gaza. If he hoodwinks Trump for that international stabilization. If he sends people there, he'll have problems. If he doesn't send people there, he'll have problems with Trump. We'll
Right.
have to see how he solves this issue. Okay. So he is not on a great wicket. And there are many wickets on which you can, get him LBW or clean bowled.
Clean ball. Let's not forget the former cricket captain who could actually do that, who's in prison
Who
right
can do
now.
that? भाई वर्ल्ड कप विनर तो अंदर है. मतलब,
World Cup win. तो ये फिक्स्ड मैच है, बाहर जो चल रहा है फिक्स्ड मैच चल रहा है.
yeah. So we shouldn't go and do the stupid thing of, fanning thing. But what we need to do, like I've been saying, the best way to deal with this chap at this point of time is sort out your in-house problems.
Right.
Sort out whatever has happened in Delhi, whatever has happened in Nagaon, connect the two, right? I think I've been saying this for the past 4 5 days. I think the Muslims in this country, the moderate Muslims, the good Muslims of this country, need to take a stock. Why is this happening in our country? It has
Yeah.
happened in Coimbatore, it has happened in Delhi, it has happened in Bombay, it has happened in Bangalore. Why is this kind of a thing happening within our country? Because this is not a Kashmir related problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? This is not a Kashmir related problem. So I think we have to take a call, because the Muslims in this country are as committed to defending the constitution of this country as anyone else.
Yes.
And part of defending the constitution of the country, they have to take action within, so that this terror networks, some, it might be a minuscule people in this country who are against this country. Unfortunately, the trend line is that all these chaps are happening to be Islamic guys. Terrorism,
Yes.
radicalism, all that. So I
Yes.
think we have to take a call at some level whether do you have to look at the way our personal laws are there or religious laws are there, or is there a reform required from within? I think we need to do some thinking, honest thinking.
Absolutely. And
Otherwise,
I think Indian Muslims, yeah, as you correctly pointed out, Jan Shankar, they should call out these actions of these fringe elements like this, who are, who have basically doctors. I mean, this is unheard of. Like 6 doctors, 5 doctors. Nowhere in the world have you seen a plot like this, where you have, medical professionals who are committed, who've taken a Hippocratic oath, and they are, planning mass murder of this scale. I mean, you've seen one-offs. You have seen one Ayman al-Zawahiri, or one other chap George Habash or something like that. But
that's
never
okay.
a group of doctors, and that's very serious. I think the community should call out such elements in their midst and say, look, you have no place in India, and this. Sabka saath, sabka vikas. I keep using it. This is not a political pitch, but I'm saying that when the government rolls out schemes and all that, they are not excluding members of the minority. Development of India is for all communities, all religions. And why should one community bear the brunt of this kind of activities? And therefore, I think it's really important for progressive Muslims to call out such actions, call out such activities, as you correctly mentioned.
Yeah, and we should. I mean, so we need to do all this within India, sort out these issues, right, and ensure that our progress doesn't get retarded,
Yes.
or there's no problem, there's no speed bump on our progress, right? We should continue, and at the same time, let's do. I mean, look, Pakistan has always done a hybrid action against you.
Yeah.
So let's hybridize.
Right.
And let me get back to the fact that we are discussing these Jehadi generals.
Yeah.
Let's target this Jehadi general.
Right.
We should, the word which you used is cognitive warfare.
Right.
And I think we need to do a whole lot of cognitive actions against this Jehadi general.
Yes.
And turn people of Pakistan against him. How we are able to do that is the challenge in front of us.
Absolutely. Very well put, Jan Shankar. And, for the benefit of our viewers who are wondering who the other general on that poster is, that is Lieutenant General Javed Nasir. Now, that guy was probably one of the most odious and the most treacherous people who headed the DGIS, who's headed the Inter-Services Intelligence. I mean, the ISI is a filthy place. It's one of the worst organizations in the world, probably. They spend all their time discussing how to murder innocent civilians in India. Uh, there are only two DGISIs who have risen to become army chief. Uh, Ashfaq Parvez Kayani is the first, the fellow who was the army chief when 26/11 happened. This Asim Munir is only the second DGISI to become army chief. Now, Javed Nasir was the chief in 1993. He was a DGISI in 1993, and he's the one who directly planned and executed the Mumbai terror attacks, and that is India's worst terror incident, where on the 12th of March 1993, that's more than 3 decades ago, 267 Mumbaikars were massacred in 12 coordinated bomb blasts all across the city. And this was something possibly even the army chief at that time didn't know, because Nasir was this hardcore Islamist and he believed in this jihad concept. And there's so much of writing you can find out that this is not my conspiracy theory. This is very well documented. Javed Nasir was an engineer officer. He died just last year. And he was a member of the Tablighi Jamaat. And he believed in this thing of proselytizing for Islam and all of that. So Asim Munir is in the same mold of General Javed Nasir. And like General Shankar has mentioned, he's got characteristics of other dictators like Zia and Pervez Musharraf. He has taken the worst characteristics of all of these men, and this is the problem that we are presented in 2025. And as General Shankar said, that the our responses to this odious character have to be hybrid. They have to be very different from what he wants, what he expects out of us.
Yeah, and let me add, till probably yesterday, things were a little iffy with the Bihar elections. We didn't know which way they
Yeah,
were going, and now that's over. Now what has emerged is you have a strong political center,
right,
and the political stability of this nation has never been better.
right,
Okay, and then look, the people of Bihar have spoken very conclusively. I mean, it will be foolish of us to even question it. And to a large extent, I think they've spoken on behalf of the nation,
right,
right? And if you have a strong political setup and you can act politically against Pakistan, let me tell you, Pakistan is finished.
right,
Political. Because I always see, again, when you talk of China,
right,
people who talk of China in military terms, I think are off the mark. You'll always assess China politically. If you understand the politics of China, you understand, how to handle China,
right,
right? The If you see the political history of China in the past 10 years, Xi Jinping's thing, he was the strongest around 2018, 19, 20.
right.
And that was when the wolf warriorism, all that came.
Yeah,
Today
yeah.
he's weak,
Pre-COVID, basically the pre-COVID eras. Yeah,
pre-COVID. Today he's weak politically. So you
mm,
see China struggling economically and everything.
right,
Today India is strong politically. The political strength of a nation is very important. Add a
yeah,
little more security strength by doing certain actions, which I'm
right,
sure the government will do now, and
right,
then direct your political strength against Pakistan.
right.
Handle it politically.
Yes,
See, again, let me justify this. Why I'm saying the thing is important.
yes.
Pakistan gives you a ideology.
Mm,
You can't fight ideology militarily. You have to handle it with a political ideology,
right,
right? And that is the important thing which we have to put in place. See, when
right.
we abrogated Article 370, the
2019.
Pakistan army was left out of the equation. They could do nothing. They
Yeah,
were just sitting on one side and wringing their hands. The
that was
strength of that,
Bajwa at that time. Yeah,
yeah, Bajwa. What could you do? There's no response. So I think if for a military action there's a response, you fire across the LOC, he'll fire. You might fire 5 rounds, he might fire only once. But that doesn't give you a solution.
right,
Okay. People say invade POK, militarily take over POK. That's no political
Right.
solution.
Right.
So we need to have a political thought process. You
Right.
need to have a political end state of Pakistan and then do what we have to do.
Absolutely.
So that is something which the government has to decide. I am of the view that you have to handle Pakistan politically hereafter. And this man has to be handled through a combination of politics and legal and economic, trend lines or pathways.
Yeah. Political, economic, and legal. PEL. I think that's a
Yeah.
good note to end this discussion on, General Shankar. There are a lot of questions that you
Yeah,
might
let's
like
take some.
to take. We'll just look at some, which is 0.5 police has to act independently of army's operations in Western LOC region. Uh, I haven't understood that question. Then Shankar, what is he trying to say here?
I has to act. I mean, I really don't know. I think we should pass this over and take someone else's. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Geeta
Thanks,
ji, thank
Geeta,
you.
for your contribution.
What is the expected half life of Pakistan? Interesting.
Interesting question. Look, that's a good question. We don't know what's the half life of Pakistan.
Right.
It's possible that Pakistan has finished its full life because if things go south in Pakistan, Pakistan is at the verge of a breakup.
Yes.
So
So the
that's
half
also,
life of Pakistan was 1971.
yeah,
Um, Everything after that is on borrowed time. So it
borrowed
was.
time. Yeah.
Uh, there's Ramkrishnan was unwell
Was
now.
it?
Welcome back, Ramkrishnan. Why no Ahmadiyya or non-Barelvi becoming a general? That's very clear.
Yeah. That's not, I mean, that's not in Pakistan's playbook to make these chaps generals.
Yes, absolutely. It is. They're seen as apostates and they're kept out of the pale of any appointments. What about the Srinagar Naugam blast last night?
I will let the results come out, let the things come out. There's no point in
Yes.
unnecessarily reacting and talking about it.
Here's one. Sirs, Pakistan Army has destroyed Pakistan for US and Chinese interests.
Possible. Possible. That's on the cards. The Chinese are not happy with Pakistan. Let me
Right.
make it clear.
They're
Yeah.
very unsettled with what's happening with the US Pak rapprochement. Will Pakistan exist?
Look, on a very serious note, will
Yeah,
Pakistan exist?
right.
I'll ask this counter question. Can Pakistan exist? Pakistan today exists as Pakistan only because of the binding force of the army.
Right,
If that is broken
right,
or if that falters, Pakistan will cease to exist.
right.
This is something which Pakistanis know. Okay. And the struggle for the Pakistan army is if Pakistan doesn't exist, they have no reason to exist.
That's
After all,
right.
this is the army with a country.
Army
So
with a
they
country.
have to keep that nation together in some form or the other.
Right,
Otherwise, they're gone. It's more of a personal equation. I
right.
mean, there is no other equation, there is no other equal of this kind in the history of the world.
In the history, absolutely, you nailed it. There's no thing, and one armed with nuclear weapons, and out of the 9 nuclear weapon states, General Shankar, the only one where the military directly controls the weapons.
Yes, yes.
China versus Japan spat on Taiwan also gaining traction. Ashish Hegde
Yeah,
is
we'll talk of this in the evening. Today
yes.
evening, I'm going to talk of this.
Oh, the China Japan spat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Uh,
that's increasing. That intensity is increasing. And there's wolf warriorism, which is back.
which is I've seen some of those statements. They're
Yeah,
astounding. I mean, threatening the Japanese prime minister with beheading and all that. That kind of
beheading
language.
and all that. Yeah.
So basically, Munir managed to do what Musharraf did without having an outright coup. Yes, absolutely. And I can assure you that the 111 Brigade is very unhappy that they have not been used in
Yeah.
nearly 3 decades. It's like 111 Brigade General Shankar is like the Pakistan military, without any action, not seeing any wars, nothing. Uh, Field Marshall's political rise resembles Germany's German Führer's rise in 1930s. Shouldn't America and Israel be equally worried?
I think it's a little different because Hitler rose through elections,
Yes, he
right?
was a
He first
democratically
got
elected dictator. Yes,
democratically elected, then he took. So it's not the same. This man is on a different trajectory. But the larger issue is this trajectory is not good for anyone,
yes,
neither for China nor for Pakistan.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
why hasn't the internet done for Pakistani youth what it has done elsewhere, making them more world aware, thereby making it difficult for rulers to keep them blinkered? Good question.
Yeah, but that is their media is blocked.
Yeah.
You see, the internet media, everything has got limitations, and
Yes.
unfortunately, the flip has happened. The internet has radicalized Pakistan.
Right. Right. Internet and social media is being used to
Yeah,
radicalize.
they've engineered social media to
Right.
radicalize Pakistan.
Right.
That's the problem.
Absolutely. What is the relevance of Pak Army in Pakistan? Yes, you haven't been clearly listening to us, Krishna. That's what we've been talking about all
Yeah.
morning. It's an army with a state, as they say. Once was said of Prussia. And as General Shankar said, Pakistan is an army with a country. Uh, Here's a good question about the Pakistan Army brass never settle in Pakistan post retirement. They migrate to the West with the Western intelligence helping. Check the last Pakistan 5 Chief of Army staffs. Where are they?
I agree with you. No, I agree with them completely. This is
Yes,
another paradox. This is something which we don't talk of. This is
yes.
all part of our cognitive arsenal which we have to put across.
So
Right?
they're assured of a post retirement thing in the West for playing along with them.
Yeah.
And good morning, sir. Fellow viewers, Unnithan. Hope the casualties in Nogam, J&K are less and those injured recover. Yes, absolutely. We
Yeah.
pray for speedy recovery and just need to get to the bottom of what happened in Nogam. This is Munir backed by the deep state CIA Pentagon for which larger part of the US in the region, or is it just Trump's interests?
I think it's only for Trump's interest. I think US is aware of what Munir is all about. I
Right,
think there will come a time when US has to take a call whether enough is enough.
right,
Because sooner or later, this chap will start going against their interests. He'll undercut their interests.
right. Now that the Taliban has closed trade routes to Central Asia of Pakistan, how badly does that help hurt Pakistan? Because the only outlet is in Karachi.
Yeah, it's going to hit them badly, very badly.
It is, yeah, because I think Munir was trying to offer that Central Asian
Yeah.
corridor to Trump and the US. In desert warfare, all Oasis bodies are okay. Well, what if Pakistan is decimated or damaged, visible to how well Asim Munir tackle this?
Look, you can decimate Pakistan the way you want. But
Yeah,
as far there are 250 million people in Pakistan.
right,
If they are threatened, if their security is threatened, and if it is threatened by India, they will all rally around Asim Munir. It has happened.
right,
That's how it is. So the Pakistan people have to be felt threatened by Asim Munir.
right.
That is the crux of your political warfare, which you have to do against him.
Absolutely. Are jihadi generals of Pakistan same as the pious politicians of India, power hungry, corrupt, keep Janta under thumb, leverage, religion, family, educated abroad, money in time? Well, they're very different. No, I disagree, Arvind. The political class in India is very different from the jihadi generals of Pakistan. Look, the political class, you have to give it to them. They have to work for the mandate of the people, whatever means. And you've seen it
Yeah.
in election after election after election. They
Yeah,
have to
you
go
had this
to the
prime
polls.
minister. Yeah, our
Yes,
prime minister had to go and spend a lot of time in Bihar, and I keep saying, दे भाई देखो इंडिया में ना हिंदी में बोलना पड़ता है कि भाई
yeah.
एवरी पॉलिटिशियन 5 साल के बाद भीख मांगना पड़ता है टू द पुअरेस्ट
बिल्कुल
इंडियन
हाथ
कि भाई
जोड़
मेरे
के
को
लोगों के पास जाना पड़ता है
हाँ
भाई
कि
मुझे
भाई
वोट दे
वोट दे दो मेरे को
राइट
एंड the Indians are the richest at that time because we can tell them, I'll not give you my vote. If I don't give you my vote, you're at stake.
Right.
So they have to perform. Yeah.
They have to perform indeed, and that's what is the difference between us and them. Indoors operation should be independent and simultaneous with outdoor Sindoor operation. I think that's
Yeah,
what
yeah. That,
the cognitive part that you mentioned, General Shankar. Um, this is good people has an independent inherent problem. Krishna Upadhyaya, they cannot be like bad people, think like them, or take action like them. So they always lose. So natural. Not really, not exactly.
no, no.
Uh, it's
I don't. Yeah.
the whole point of 2.5 war is flex all muscles together in orchestra symphony number 5. Yes, yes. Uh, ISI follows Quran and is poisonous edicts to the T. What's your views? Pakistan army founded on Ghazwa Hind. That's part of what Zia did in the 70s,
Yeah.
the radicalization of Pakistan. And finally, as per Rajiv sir, Islam is no solution in Jaipur dialogues, Al Taqiyya, until all converted to Islam. How to deal with this? Well, that's
That's
where
an ideology.
comes in.
Yeah. I don't think we should get involved in religious discussion also.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Heard someone say that till Bajwa, the generals were all old school. After all, the generals joined when Zia started his Islamization. So Munir is the first. Next generals will all be similar. It's a good question, actually, Jan Shankar. You know, there
Yeah.
were the 3 Zia Bharti chiefs of Pakistan have been Rahil Sharif, Asim Bajwa, the General Kamar Bajwa, and Munir. Munir is the third of the Zia Bharti chiefs. Zia Bharti chiefs are the officers who were commissioned in the time of
Zia.
General Haq. That is 77, between 77 and 88. The first 2 chiefs, Rahil and Bajwa, were okay. They were not as bad as Munir. Now, Munir is the ultimate product. You can say that Ziaul Haq's train has reached the station. And that is
Yes. I agree with you.
time that government appoints legislative reps for POK and asks China to return the ceded part. We discussed this last
Yeah, we discussed this. Yes.
Pakistan army is India can't handle Pakistan politically. Pakistan army is big and strong. No one can challenge its authority. No one in Pakistan has the thing.
I don't agree with this. You can handle Pakistan politically.
Right.
And very simple. You have to handle Pakistan politically through POK.
POK. Absolutely. As we do watch our
Yeah.
last discussion with General Shankar, there he's mentioned how we can do that. Malika, thanks for the strategic morning session. Wonderful discussion. Thank you, Malika. Thank you for watching. How will the Pak Navy and Air Force react to these amendments? Do you think there will be some kind of protest by them? Will they always play a subservient role?
They don't have a choice. The army is too strong in Pakistan for this.
That's
And
right.
at the end of the day, army and navy will accept what is given to them.
Yes, the crumbs basically.
Yeah.
The geography explorer. Are we returning to the days of 2004 to 14 when blast is to happen? I'm worried.
We'll see. We'll see how things pan out.
Yes.
We shouldn't rule it out.
Yeah. And last question: are we too slow in propaganda positioning?
Yes, we are. We are not fast off, and we are not
Yeah,
fast on this cognitive warfare business.
absolutely. That's it's something that this is a vulnerability we've kept highlighting over the last few months, and this is
Return oxygen from China.
right.
Yeah.
Any chance of internal coup in Pakistan? Cancellation of the 27th Amendment.
See, if the political situation in Pakistan worsens, it is possible.
Right.
But that has to happen. You have to engineer it. It doesn't happen overnight.
Right. Right. And finally, this is absolutely the last. Will Operation Sindhu continue? Well, it means
Yeah.
there will be military action because Sindhu is continuing. As per the government of India, it is an operation that is still carrying on. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Some operation will have to continue. You see, it's not that you keep the threat off. You should keep the
Yeah.
pressure on. Right?
Yes.
If needed, you have to do some small action on the LOC or near Sir Creek or someplace. We shouldn't
Right.
rule that out. We shouldn't give them the comfort that nothing will happen.
Right. Absolutely. Great.
We should put the
And that's
pressure on.
it. And yeah, keep the pressure on. And yes. Great. And with that, we come to the end of this fantastic discussion, as always, with General Shankar talking about Pakistan's jihadi generals and what to watch out for next with Field Marshal Asim Munir, who's strengthening his position by the day. But keep watching because I have a sense, and General Shankar, I don't think we'll be wrong to say that we're going to be discussing Asim Munir for a very long time. Next couple of
Yes, we will.
Right. And so, for more such news, insights, takeaways, do tune into our morning broadcast every Saturday morning, 9 p.m. IST. I'll be joined by General Shankar and maybe Advaita when she comes back to Delhi. We will continue these discussions as always. We benefit a lot from your insights, General Shankar. And do follow, like, share, subscribe to Gunner's Shot and to Chakra News. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Sandeep. Have a great day.
Have a great day and a great weekend, sir. Thank you.